Yeah, I said I wasn't going to do Facebook, but I dumped an account and made a new one. No violations whatsoever. As I stated in a previous video, Facebook has been engaging in some very hypocritical stuff. Naked women, nipples, areolas, lesbians, tongue kissing, all that is all over Facebook. But let me post a picture of a female with her nipples poking through a shirt, I get jailed. Why is Facebook doing this? Because they harass people. Facebook has become literally an enemy of truth. Yesterday, I went to post a video, a Fox News YouTube video, Laura Ingraham talking about Biden's border crisis mess, talking about gang members from Venezuela coming in, going up to New York. Y'all heard about that young lady that was killed by illegals. Then Biden just brushed over that like it was no big deal. Biden is still talking irrational nonsense, saying it is good to bring these people in the country. Note, the Democrats are not bringing them into their homes. They don't want them in their neighborhoods. Black people in Chicago are complaining about these immigrants disrespecting them and coming into their neighborhoods and raising hell. So if you think the Democrats care about the black vote, they don't. So what is the Democrat Party trying to do? They're trying to create anarchy, unrest, and turn this into Port-au-Prince, Haiti. Has anybody paid attention to what's going on in Haiti? The blacks are tearing each other up down there, and they've had a historical record of that. The Democrats that make the big money and make the big decisions don't care about you or me. Facebook would not let me post the video when I tried to post it on a Facebook site called Toto, We're Not in Kansas Anymore. Facebook said, you cannot post this because it violates our community standards. And of course, once again, the silly Barnum and Bailey, Ringling Brothers, circus justice of the Facebook world, which does not follow constitutional law, does not follow legal law in American courtrooms at all. What they say violates their community standards, you will never know because they do not tell you. The title was not offensive. Laura Ingraham, as far as I know, has not been banned by Facebook. But yes, maybe they're banning anything from Fox News. Fox News has been reporting the truth about things. We know that the CNN their numbers are dropping. They're looking at getting rid of some of the liberal wags that have been at the news desk, Chris Wallace and other clowns are us, because the ratings are substantially dropping. They toyed with the idea of bringing on Megyn Kelly, who is more conservative. Yes, Facebook has arrived at an Adolf Hitler deja vu. The SS, the brown shirts, the Gestapo. You can only put out what we want you to believe. It's funny how, even in my own mind, I've heard the oft-quoted famous saying, those who don't learn from history are bound to repeat it. Facebook is rushing into another Hitlerian era, censoring truth, censoring news, following a spherical heating narrative. I would challenge Democrats to tell me how in the hell they're saving the environment when crime is off the chains. When you go to every Democrat city and you look at the damage, look at what's going on in Haiti, look at what's going on in Europe with liberals coming against the farmers. Look at what's happening in Canada, a car theft every 6 seconds, and the police and the silly authorities in Canada telling people to leave their key fob at the front door so somebody can walk up and just take the car without harming the homeowner. Isn't that nice? When your local law enforcement is telling you to let them take it, then at that point I would say defund the police. That's not the kind of law enforcement you want. But we've talked about this before. Americans, Canadians, many people have wrongly believed the police are their friends. Well, not today. They're on a global mission. They're an operative of the left. New York City's got the National Guard out. Couldn't stop a black guy and a Hispanic guy arguing on the bus, and the Hispanic guy shot the black guy. Democrat policies are destructive to all of us. Facebook, I have tried to do a live video there, and it says, you have not been established long enough to do a live video. I had never seen that before. Maybe 30 days when back in the day, but it's been over that. Now you can't post a YouTube Fox News video, but you can post any anti-Trump stuff you want. God, democracy. Mark Zuckerberg and his team of who knows what, as well as AI policing everything, is not your friend. The world system that Jesus talked about says, marvel not that the world hates you now. I am in no way saying that Fox News and Laura Ingraham are representatives of biblical Christianity. They're not. But even secular authorities now are being banned from telling the truth. In a bully media world, I want you to pay attention to how Democrats bully. The media world will not tolerate truth from Fox News or any other source. They will bully, harass, tease, name call. Have you all paid attention to that black woman who's trying to go after Trump? And she says over and over she's eyeing 40 Wall Street. Did you know that that was owned by Ferdinand Marcos, the Philippines' most corrupt leaders ever, and his wife, who had 3,000 pairs of shoes? Classic Filipino. They come from poverty, but they're extremely materialistic, and we and I have been duped to think that many Filipinos were sweet. They come over here and they turn to yucky schlubs, just like most of the women in our culture. But Ferdinand Marcos owned 40 Wall Street. Trump owns it now. And the liberal jackasses that be have affixed something like $540 million in fines on him. His banknotes are due on several of his properties. And that black lady has made it very clear that she wants to seize any of his properties if he doesn't pay these debts or bills by July of this year. The Democrats have an agenda for justice? No, she's salivating over a commercial piece of property down there in Manhattan that's worth a lot of money. If you think Trump is going to win this election, let me remind you, the Democrats are so corrupt, I can guarantee you they're going to interfere with it. They're not going to let it happen. Why would they run Biden, who's a colossal failure? I run into people here in Georgia that actually believe he's doing a good job. I don't know what they're smoking or what they're inhaling or what they're injecting, but they sure aren't looking at truth. Our cost of living has skyrocketed. My utility bills are going up because Biden taxed electric companies, natural gas companies, and oil and gas. And he did that to punish them while the same clown is telling everybody to go to electric vehicles. Only Democrats come up with irrational, insane stuff like that. You cannot talk truth to Democrats. You cannot do it. It is an impossibility. They will not listen to it. Their minds are abstract art. You know that ugly art that they have in art museums that's ghastly, doesn't make any sense? Welcome to the Democrat left. They're selfish, they're self-preserving, they got their money, they got their mansions. They don't care if illegals came where I live and attacked and killed me. They would not care. What would happen if those illegals came in and stabbed and viciously murdered Joe Biden and Jill Biden, Joe, in their bed in the White House? What would Nancy Pelosi, what would happen if somebody broke into their mansion and tore them up? Or AOC, or Ilhan Omar, or all the other foolish people that are making way more money than you and me as leaders of the Democrat left? Would they change their tune? Not one of these rich Democrats has opened their home to any of these illegals at all. Please pay attention to that. Please pay attention that people who vote Democrat have always bought into BS, always bought into lies. They do not think for themselves. They're Eichmanns, they're automatons. They're the perfect candidates to sign up for the SS, the Gestapo, the brown shirts, then be brainwashed by a Hitler. If you think I'm wrong, prove it. The Democrats are monsters in American society. Facebook is the largest social media network out there. I've talked about Google and I've criticized it. You can't watch a 3-minute video and they've layered it with stupid, useless ads that have nothing to do with me. Google is a greedy, B-A-S-T-A-R-D, greedy. Bringing in something like, let's roll some stats. Let's roll some ridiculously ungodly stats. Hey Siri, how much does Google take in daily, monetarily?
Okay, I found this on the web for how much does Google take in daily monetarily. Check it out.
Google generates an estimated $615.96 per second. This is based on the company's revenue in 2022 of $279.81 billion and the number of seconds in a year. So on average, Google generates about $20,000 per second. Hey Siri, how much does Google take in a day?
Okay, I found this on the web for how much does Google take in a day. Check it out.
We have had pollen dropping here like crazy. Okay, it's not answering direct questions, which we shouldn't be surprised. It says they spend $49 billion to run its business per day, or which equates to $136 million per day. That was 2014. Let's see if this tells me anything. That won't let me go in there unless you sign up for Google. Google is a bully. They have been a bully for a long time. They have forced everybody to get Google Chrome. Now they got computers that are Google Chrome. They're dominant. Fortress organizations like Facebook, you can't reach a live person. You can't call and talk to somebody. And the community standards are nothing but communist standards. They're vague, they're unclear, there's some that are written in stone, but they will never tell you why something you post violates a community standard. It will not tell you Section C, Article 5, Addendum number 1. They won't tell you any of that. It's amazing to me how Facebook doesn't get sued for following or failing to follow justice law. Facebook is not justice law. Facebook is not about truth. Facebook doesn't know one damn thing about the environment. Zuckerberg is not an environmentalist. He's a tech geek. That's it. All the clowns that work in his office are geeks. They've probably got hair under their arms, piercings in places you don't want to see piercings. Who knows? They're probably as woke can get. Forcing you to groupthink. Didn't Orwell talk about this? Group speak, group think. Google's a bully. They've layered every YouTube video with ads, it seems like. Now you can't post a factual video talking about the mess that Biden has made, which is bringing danger to this country. The liberals refuse to look at Haiti and the black community down there and how they're turned into savages. They've done this before when the French were down there and vacated. And I'm going to say it again. In many parts of the United States, the African American community cannot rule itself without coming apart at the seams. If it wasn't for Caucasian males, the blacks would destroy each other in this country. I find it interesting when you go to Democrat dystopias like Chicago and Baltimore and other places where Democrats reign supreme. The highest death rate is black on black under Democrat dystopic leaderships. Facebook is not about truth. Facebook is about a narrative. Facebook does not believe in a holy God that's going to hold every individual that works for them accountable for promoting lies, for promoting stumbling blocks, for censoring truth, for harassing. But we knew this about Zuckerberg. We knew that Bill Gates had written stuff. He had a belief that basically all the people out there were stupid. And why did he have this belief? Because he was picked on. He was, laughed at and teased for being the classic American nerd. I've said it before, and I believe it, and I will never retract from it. The geeks, the nerds, have gotten revenge through big tech and social media. And they love that power. But pay attention to Zuckerberg building bunkers in New Zealand and Hawaii? What's that all about? Running scared? Coward boy? Of course they are. Americans, if they don't realize that we have collective strength, if they continue to allow the anesthetization that's going on of social media and Dopey Joe, if they just sit there and say, well, we got the next election, looks good for Trump. What are you going to do when the Democrats cheat and steal again? What are you going to do? You're going to sit back and take it? What are Americans going to do to overturn this crowd? Why does Zuckerberg get to live as a free man and do whatever he wants while he harasses individuals on Facebook? The other day, I went to post something that says you cannot post for 1 hour. I'm like, what? I have no violations. And I posted boldly on Facebook. There is no doubt Facebook is harassing me. I have a new account. The old one is gone. And anything I do, they find fault with it. Several of my friends said, Facebook's got you on speed dial. I have proven over and over that Facebook harasses. If I post a picture of a woman, jail time, shut down, censored, can't post for 3 days. I thought it was funny when I did scanty pictures of myself with this showing. They censored that. And then they said, oh, we're sorry, this did not violate community standards. Yeah, I'm a man. They've done that several times on my sexy pictures. Facebook is okay if you are gay. They are okay if you're lesbian. They are okay if you are trans. But if you are a straight, white, honest Christian male who does not believe in Bidenism and Facebook's totalitarian regime, they will harass the shit out of you. That's a fact. Even if you haven't done anything. They will invent ways. Facebook banning a video from YouTube, Fox News, and Laura Ingraham is proof. And everybody should be storming the internet with Facebook's harassment, banning the freedom of speech of a white woman. Now, I want you to think about that. Laura Ingraham has not been a liar to us. Laura Ingraham has told the truth. Facebook bans that video. I tried to upload it in the comments. Same thing. I sent it to my friend in Messenger. It went through. Why is Facebook so afraid of a damn video? But there's women tongue kissing, women feeling and licking nipples, all on Facebook. Reels of young underage girls with nipples poking through, with nipple peaks constantly. How come the House and the Senate aren't having Facebook, Zuckerberg, and all of the staff that work in the office subpoenaed and arrested for hosting child porn? You go ahead and do that. Post a picture of an underage woman in any kind of sensualness, and you'll be shut down. You might get a raid at your house. But Facebook and social media tech geeks can do this all day long. There is no accountability for them. The United States of America would have every right to send the FBI in and shut Facebook down and seize the building and literally close it down and grab all the computers out of there, all their hard drives, and start prosecuting for the stuff that they have allowed to be posted. They are hosting child pornography. That is a fact. That is a fact. Nothing is happening. But I notice that our workplace has also become a microcosm of this. I work in a workplace where I'm the minority, is predominantly black. Blacks get away with everything down here. They can violate the rules. They can do what they want. They get hired in the upper echelon with no experience whatsoever. I have watched people that have experience in this field get ignored. And somebody who is overweight, childish, immature, and friends with somebody got the job with no experience. People don't like her. She is annoying. And it's gone to her head. The workplace has become a microcosm of America. You go to work, you do your job. You're called into the office, picked at for everything, while camels are walking by that violate major rules, safety rules, etiquette rules, blah, blah, blah. And they never call them in. Jesus talked about the Pharisees that strain at gnats and swallow camels, and that's what the Democrats do all day. There's now accusations of sexual harassment and bullying within the Biden administration. Other Democrats are getting tired of it and they're calling it out. Biden is harassment to America. The Democrats is harassment. My rights are being violated by the Democratic Party every day. I work in a workplace where there's a black woman who's never spoken to me. She hangs out with the most immature black male there, who is not a good employee. But if you listen to the blacks that all like him, oh, he's outstanding. Really? He violates rules, got favoritism, never gets consequences for any of his actions. She comes in wearing shirts, black and proud. Never apologize for your heritage. Let me wear that shirt. I'm not going to apologize for my heritage. I am thinking about having a t-shirt made. That says something like red and proud. I am thinking very carefully how to make a t-shirt that offends black racist women like that. And if they call me in the office, I'll say, if you're going to allow her to wear those, then don't criticize mine. Caucasian, no apologies needed. Watch that offend the black community where I work real quick. It's not a black thing, it's not a white thing, it's an Irish thing. And you know who would get pissed the fastest? The black woman that wears racist shirts. I'm a firm believer who you hang out with really shows what you're all about. You're a 50-year-old grown black woman hanging out with an immature dude that has no physique, no attractiveness whatsoever, and the black lady says he's all handsome. And I'm going to stop right there. But he does not have any redeeming qualities at all. And I live among a people that don't believe the truth, that don't see things the way I or many people like myself see things. And I'm beginning to understand why they vote Democrat. The term mind, F-U-C-K, comes into play. They've been mind effed. And there's no rationalizing with people like that. And there's nothing wrong with us Caucasians in saying, you know what, I'm done with this. Doesn't mean we're racist. It means we know the truth. Democrats are not open to truth. They claim they believe it. They don't. They listen to a narrative of biased journalists that are spoon-feeding them toxic sludge. And they open their heads every day to tune into CNN and black racist radio that's always saying all kinds of white, anti-white stuff. And I listen to white rock stations and they're not saying anything like that at all. There's a Christian station in South Carolina, 94.7. It encourages people to get out and vote Democrat. Get rid of the white Republicans. Always spewing that whites are racist. They claim to be a Christian station. The music is crappy. When they talk about God's word, most of it is erroneous, their take on it. I had written the station, and of course, no response. And one of the most horrible females I worked with last year listens to this, was loud, obnoxious, violated many company rules. I finally had to turn her in with a full 8 months of stuff going on. The black boss over her did nothing. When the wicked rule, the righteous grow. And guess what? We're there right now. Facebook should be stopped, but nobody on the left is going to do it. Facebook is doing what the Democrats could never do. Facebook is ushering a new level of Hitlerianism, run by a Jewish man who obviously hasn't learned from history. And if he thinks he's going to be safe running in a bunker somewhere, you have to read the book of Revelation. Meteorites and the judgments of God are not going to bypass a bunker. And I'm not sorry for what I'm about to say, but it would be a benefit to all of us if Facebook's big building and headquarters were obliterated by a Russian missile or something. It would be a big favor to all of us if Putin sent an ICBM when all the Democrats were in Capitol Hill together and took them out. Then, and only then, could we have a government that works for the people, by the people. Thanks for listening. This is Pacific.